Hi everyone, this is SOMAYD here with a short video about this build. So this is the Cospri's Discharge Assassin. I leveled to 100 this league. I just want to remember because I'm gonna unequip it and sell all the gear and just grab currency ready to use in standard when the league is done, and I'm not gonna play this character anymore. So yeah, this is just a souvenir of the league and this character. I'm gonna post the skill tree in description. This is a skill tree specifically designed for boss killing, where I don't have much attack speed, which you don't really need when you kill Shaper. So I replace attack speed here from spell damage, for example. I get all the damage nodes from Doomcast and Annihilation, which I would probably just spec into attack speed because my damage is huge right now compared to what you would normally see on a Cospri's Discharge. So let's go over to this gear now. Of course, in the Cospri's Malice, I have Discharge 2120. Makes a huge difference compared to just a level 21, 20. Control Destruction and Concentrated Effect would switch to increased AoE if you want to clear a map. It's self-explanatory. Then a pair of gloves. I have Dex here because I'm pretty lazy, and I could grab Dex somewhere else, but it's just fine. Like, very nice pair of gloves. You don't need insanity, you don't need R when you want to do just boss killing. You need tons of ES and res. This is what you need. The links here are my shield charge, fortify, faster attack, and increased AoE for more procs, which you don't really need actually, specifically for Shaper. Then we have two multi-modded Elrion rings, diamonds, with a bit of accuracy rating, ES, res, so this is pretty common. Then again, this is like the most specific part for Shaper because I'm using Herald of Ice in this setup, and my setup here is an Enlighten. You don't need level 4, level 3 is enough. With Blasphemy 2023, Elemental Weakness 2023, I think 2120 is better in that case. You gain 1%, and Purity of Ice just level 20. Here, second setup, which I don't need. Like, this Enlighten I wouldn't need, but this is how it goes. So Enlighten, Discipline, and Vol Aced I don't need for Shaper. I'm not gonna use it. I actually usually remove it for the fight, so I can stack faster my Vol Discipline between each phase. I have a Vol's Devotion with double curse because the way I would run this build would usually be with Elemental Weakness and another curse. Then you have a choice. You can use many different curses. You can use Assassin's Mark, you can use Enfeeble, you can use Stem Chain. I just really love the double curse setup. You can even use Warlord's Mark and use like a 2 greens for blue second discharge instead, or a 3 green, 3 blues, so you remove the life leech because you have Warlord's Mark to a Blade Vortex, which allows you to generate more charges for the second discharge, or a conk effect if it's a blue. So my link setup currently for in the Voice Protector is Cyclone, increased critical strike, power charge on crit, critical cast on crit, discharge 2120. This is expensive. And Life Leech. It's not that reliable, this Life Leech. That's why maybe replacing with more damage or more charge generation can be a good idea here, especially since I'm using this will recirculate with 30% chance for discharge to not consume charges. So you want to have like your second discharge fully stacked, and I haven't done, like, I've done the testing. It's a lot of work. It's like analyzing frames against like beefy targets like Minotaur, and I did 25 off stream and recording and check frame by frame to see exactly like my charge usage, because we don't have many resources to check this in live or with numbers. So you have to do this kind of checking. Takes hours, and if you want to come up with like the best answer. But that's my setup. And in the boots, this is door, of course, with Caspian damage taken, Summon Ice Golem, Immortal Coal, and Vault Discipline. This is pretty good. So this is my setup for Shaper specifically, and Guardian. Of course, you toggle around the Purity of Ice. You can either go with another curse, which is nice. Warlord's Mark is nice, gives you a 0.6% leech on bosses, because every boss has a 60% curse resistance, and 60% of 2% is 0.6. So yeah, this is just the short description for my character. Good, yes, I have very good gear. Oh, and the belt, of course. Flask effect duration is actually quite nice on a belt. My flask setup for Shaper specifically, also I almost forgot, Diamond Flask. You could go with more Diamond Flasks here, but I decided to go with an Azirius Promise and a Surgeon Sapphire Flask of heat, which is very very nice because the issue when you do the fight, Shaper fight as a Cospri's discharge, um, at least during your first attempt, like the positioning of Shaper is extremely important because you'll see oftentimes it'll be inside like vortexes, and this is when you want to do damage. But the degen is actually quite huge. So having this flask and also the freeze removal and freeze immunity, along with Spirit of Ice, actually helps tremendously. Gives you like a bigger window to do damage against Shaper. So if you're interested into the fight with this exact setup, you can check the other video which I linked or in my channel. And that's about it. I'll be playing Breach way less. Same with the stream. I guess you noticed that I've been streaming less these days, but this is how it goes. And I'll be playing a bow build and an MF build, so be sure you check my channel. Anyway, have a good day, guys, and thanks for watching, and see you around.